Hey everybody, the golf video of the week. These are a little more long-winded than the regular free pick videos, but we're talking about two different tournaments this week that we're going to give you free picks in for top 10 and top 20 finishes. And we also put out a premium card today with Scottish Open and the Barbasol Championship down in Kentucky. So the players that can't get to the British Open, the PGA Tour still has an event here in the United States. Now, it's a lesser tournament, but it comes with all the credentials if you win it for the PGA Tour win. FedEx Cup points, 2-year exemption, $865,000 check versus a regular tour event, $1.5 million check. But there's a lot of players that can move up the FedEx board and move up the money board to try and secure a card and a spot in those two particular arenas on the tour. So it's always a good tournament to bet, if you pick the right players. So we're going to talk about that. But let's talk about this week. We have a card out today. And the reason we have that card out, the same thing, we're going to have a card out next Wednesday for the British Open. We can't put up daily head-to-heads for these tournaments over in Europe because the tee times are well before our release time. They tee off at 2, 3 in the morning our time. So you can't do daily head-to-heads. Barbasol you can. I'll probably put a couple out. I think one out last weekend. We won it for you for free on my Twitter. At TGeorgeSports is my Twitter. But we're going to give you we gave you a top 20 in the Scottish Open and 2 Barbasol top 20 picks for our premium card this week. We cashed 11 out of 15 tournaments. Don't like golf? I don't care. We've been cherry picking these all year long. They pay. You're going to get paid. But even with these free picks, you're going to get paid, I think. These are ones I passed on. I never have more than a triple header. Anybody that knows golf knows how inconsistent it can be. If you golf yourself, like I do, avid, 3-4 times a week, I can tell you right now, you can go for the penthouse, the outhouse overnight, same club, same ball, same course. You can shoot a 72 one day and an 85 the next, doing the same exact things. It happens. Now, tour players are more consistent, which is why they're tour players. But we also look for consistency with players with scoring average, cuts made, average score Saturday, average score Sunday, and then we kind of weigh that against where we think they're going to be and how far they're going to fade on Sunday to either keep them in the top 20, the top 10, or potentially a win or not. So that's kind of how we look at these. But we're going to go ahead and start with the Scottish Open, and I'll just tell you right now, you got to put a bet on him. Last year, American won this, the link-style course. I like to bet Brits in this thing, more so than not. But last year, Xander Schauffele won it. A couple years ago, John Rahm won it. John Rahm, of course, he's from Europe, but, he lives in Scottsdale. And, he's kind of a more or less an American player now. Doesn't spend a lot of time over in Europe golfing. Some guys go back and forth a lot. But Scotty Scheffler's the number 1 player in the world. He's the number 1 player in the world for a reason. Strokes gained on approach, tee to green, average score per round. Average birdies per round. You can just go down the list. And if his putter's working, he's one of the best in the world. That's why he's ranked number 1. Top 10 minus 130. Yeah, I'd put a little bit of money on him here. Let's go top 20 picks, Scottish Open. We're going to go with some Euro players here. I'm going to go with 3 of them. The first one, probably the best bet on the board to me, top 20 finish, beat Tyrrell Hatton. He's Brit. He's won on some really tough golf courses. Bay Hill comes to mind. A fierce competitor. If he's making putts, he's dangerous. He's got a good game around the greens. Got good numbers, shots gained on approach, all those different things. Minus 130, finish top 20. Another player I like to finish top 20 is Adam Scott. Aussie. He's come close to winning the British Open. He's won the Masters. He finished second to Ernie Els the last time Ernie Els won the tournament. Should have won it. but he blew it late. And that's been his problem this year. He's played well in tournaments this year, but you get him on the weekend and he just seems to fall apart. But I think at plus 185, a top 20 finish with his game on a link-style course, and he grew up on these in Australia. I like him at plus 185. Also, another player I like for your fourth pick would be Justin Rose. Now, Justin, obviously, tremendous player, a major championship winner, getting up there in age. He's 42 now, 43. He won at Pebble Beach this year earlier on the PGA Tour. Still got plenty of game. He's been sniffing around leaderboards in big tournaments all year. He left United States about 3 weeks ago, came over here, played in the Betfred British Masters tournament. I think he finished fourth or fifth in that tournament. That was warming up as a precursor to get, and they all use this as a warm-up tournament for the British Open next week. But he's been playing some good golf, and top 20 at plus 175, worth a sniff. Also here in the Barbasol. Now, the Barbasol Championship is anybody's ball game. They can score a lot they can go deep on this course. And these are lesser players, so you want to look at, but I like long shots in this tournament every year. And one long shot that's been playing some good ball, you may have heard of him, Harry Higgs. This is a tournament that you can really right the ship, where you can get on the first couple of pages of the leaderboard, and the pressure isn't there because you're not playing the Schefflers and the McIlroys and the Chauffelets and the Cantlays and the superstars of the game are not in this tournament, and the field, can come back to you at times as well. And Harry's been playing some good golf. He played well at Travelers. He's been on a couple leaderboards late. He fades, but I think he can get within the top 20 and maintain that. And at plus 300, it's worth a $20, $30, $40 bet for him to get a top 20 at the Barbasol this week down in Kentucky. He's been playing some good golf as of lately. So those are your free picks this week on the PGA Tour, both here in the United States and over in England. You can just have a sip of tea, maybe a crumpet, whatever the tradition is, some Yorkshire pudding, whatever the deal is, and enjoy yourself some link-style golf in the Scottish Open this week with a little action on it, as well as the one here in the States. Be sure and get over to Docs. We'll be back up Saturday with Major League Baseball, where we're not putting out any picks Friday. Props as well. WNBA tonight, and then it's the All-Star break there. And NASCAR, Case last 4 races in the row. New Hampshire this week. A very good track to bet. I'm hoping the lines come out right, because we're going to have a top play, maybe 2 in NASCAR. And, by the way, tip of the cap to my good friend J.J. Yaley, who finished 7th last week down in Atlanta for Rick Ware Racing. Nice job, J.J.